One tidbit my biology professor gave us in class was that there are 6 times as many fertilizations than pregnancies in humans. She didn't actually have a source for that, and I haven't taken the time to validate it, but I think it's an interesting point, and it would actually make sense. It sounds weird that I would say that makes sense, but from a biological standpoint, if you look at how many mutations happen and how many different things can go wrong and cause non-development in a fetus or an organism, it isn't that strange to think that there would be that big of a difference. And if something goes wrong in the first couple hours or days, it isn't going to be noticed. At this point, most everyone is at least vaguely familiar with the DNA structure, the double helix, and those windy stuff like that. Well, the 2 little pieces of the ladder, there's a big one, short one, and you know how the helix twists, like so, that is caused by a thing called steric hindrance. Basically, there are parts that don't like each other, and so they don't stack one on top of the other, making just like a regular straight ladder. So each one turns just a little bit so that it will fit together. And it takes 3.4 base pairs, the little things that stick together and make what would be the rungs of a ladder. It takes 3.4 of those to make a complete rotation. The rungs that I was telling you about, the 2 pieces together, each and every rung are 2 nanometers long. Every cell, no matter what the cell does, has every piece of DNA. And each of those cells, all of the DNA, is about 6 billion base pairs. Which is just an incredible amount of information. And it's in every single cell. How cool is that? There's an actual mechanism in cells that, when something goes wrong, makes them commit suicide. So whatever went wrong doesn't get passed to new cells. Anyway, that's called apoptosis. Since there's this protein that its actual name, it's called GFP, but the GFP stands for green fluorescent protein. And what the protein does is it glows green under black light. Planet Earth is composed of it's either 73 or 75, I've heard both numbers. Anyway, approximately 3/4 of the Earth is made up of water, which is the same percentage as the human body. Water is H2O for 2 hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom for each molecule of water. Well, the 2 hydrogen atoms are at a 104.5 degree angle to one another, they're attached to the oxygen, but they're at a 104.5 degree angle to one another when they're liquid. And when water freezes, that angle widens. 90 to 99% of our DNA as humans doesn't mean anything. With bacteria and archaea, which are the 2 other kingdoms, their DNA all codes for stuff. They don't have junk DNA, as scientists call it, but they keep finding out that there are actually reasons for it. I need to take more biology before I tell you about those. I really, really love my biology professor this term, and I get to see her again next term for more biology, so I'm excited. But she's also hilarious. Milk doesn't cure hangovers. When she told us that, I was trying to figure out why anyone would think milk would cure a hangover. I mean, yeah, milk is slightly basic, and alcohol is acidic. There's no reason to think it would cure a hangover because, it just doesn't even make sense.